Good morning, grade sixes, and welcome to WorksheetCloud, grade 6 natural sciences. My name is Mrs. Hall, and I look forward to teaching you this lesson today. If you have a question during the lesson, send an email with your question to grade6@worksheetcloud.com. But before we get started on our lesson, I have a surprise for you. Yes, I want to know from you, who of you have been celebrating a birthday at home during lockdown? Oh, not an easy time, I know, and very difficult to find you birthday presents because it's a non-essential service. So my daughter had her birthday, and she turned 19 on the 19th of April during lockdown. She was really upset because who wants to celebrate their birthday during lockdown? And lockdown was supposed to end a few days before the 19th, and then it didn't. So we searched high and low trying to find her a birthday gift. But we came up with creative ideas. So I've come up with a creative way to celebrate your birthday because you're special and you deserve to be celebrated, even during lockdown. So somebody else also has a very famous birthday, a scientific icon, and yes, you all know who he is. It's Albert Einstein. He was born on the 14th of March, 1879. He didn't quite make the lockdown birthday like you all did because we only started a little bit later. But it's a very special day to celebrate a very special number. And obviously, it's the birthday of Albert Einstein. So isn't it weird how science just works together? So you all know pi is the ratio of a circle's circumference to its diameter. So for any circle, divide its circumference by its diameter, and you will always have the answer 3.14. Isn't science amazing, grade sixes? But that's not all. Let's move on. I still have another surprise for you. And yeah, sorry, the science geek in me keeps it a little bit science related. Okay.
Wimpo! Okej, pivotara! Pomelo? It's your birthday. It's your birthday.
Happy birthday to you.
It's your birthday. It's your birthday. Happy birthday.
So yes, grade sixes, I wanted to wish you a very happy birthday. And while I'm lighting up your little birthday cake, yes, I even baked you a chocolate brownie. I wish there was some way I could send it through the screen to you, but don't worry, I'm going to enjoy eating it. But look at the background at my slide. I found 11 different ways to say happy birthday to you in South Africa's 11 different languages. So see if you can find your language there on the screen while I light your birthday cake. And yes, me again, the science geek. Read the birthday greeting. It says, did you know that scientists have discovered that birthdays are good for your health? The more birthdays you have, the longer you live. So have a very happy birthday. And let me just light this candle. Here we go. Okay. And let's make the screen big. And let's go. A very, very happy birthday with love from Mrs. Hall to you. So make a wish. Here we go. Happy birthday, grade sixes. Okay, are we ready to get started with our lesson? So, my lesson today is on renewable energy. And yes, I think most of you know what the word means, but let's go through it anyway. So, energy, as you know, is needed to make everything work. We cannot see energy or hold it in our hands, so it's difficult to say exactly what that energy is. In the world of science, we say energy is the ability or capacity to do work. Our bodies need energy to move and grow, and cars need energy to drive along a road. So let's take a deeper look. Nothing in the world can happen without energy. So over here, let's discuss how many different ways do we generate electricity in South Africa. Okay, so here we have solar panels, we have hydroelectric energy, we have wind power, and here we have our beautiful electrical fossil fuels in the background from our power stations. So, until the 1700s, we depended on water, wind, and animals to power the machines. We relied on wood for cooking and heating, plus smelly whale oil lamps or animal fat candles to light our homes. Luckily, you weren't born yet, so you didn't have to endure all of that. Since then, we have increasingly used fossil fuels to power our vehicles, heat our homes, and to generate electricity. We have coal, and we've spoken about it in a lot of detail with all of our lessons on electricity and how electricity is generated. Refined oil, natural gas, and it's all used for this. Grade 6s, yes, to get electricity into our homes. So, you know that we generate electricity by using a turbine generator. Okay, we went through all of this in our previous lessons. So something turns a turbine like steam, and we discussed how coal is pulverized into very fine powder form to make extreme heat to generate the steam. Okay, the turbine turns a generator, as you can see over here, and which is a magnet inside a coil of wire. And then what happens? Electricity is generated and distributed to the people who need it. Yes, us. We are the consumers. So, almost 91.2% of South Africa's electricity is generated using fossil fuels. And here's one of the latest diagrams I could find from Stats South Africa about what is South Africa's dominant source of energy. How much of it is nuclear, how much is natural gas, how much is diesel, solar, wind or other, and how much of it is coal. Okay, but we need to remember something very important, grade 6s. Fossil fuels are non-renewable. Our reserves will soon run out, just like I told you in that lesson we did on fossil fuels. And burning them releases lots of carbon dioxide. We need alternatives. Okay, we need to come up with alternatives. The world is facing an energy crisis. Global population is increasing, many countries becoming more industrialized, and there's a high demand for energy resources. We have finite reserves of fossil fuels, but low supply means high prices and more conflict. Yes, energy is definitely in crisis. Remember, the use of fossil fuels is blamed for global warming. What is the best way forward? The best way forward, grade 6s, is through renewable energy. So biomass, hydroelectric, solar, wave, wind, Renewable sources of energy will never run out and can be used over again and again. So renewable energy won't run out as long as the sun still shines. Electricity is generated in the same way by both renewable and non-renewable sources. They all contain a turbine which, when turned, turns a generator and generates electricity. So here we have a wind farm. Okay, there we have it. Goes the electricity inside the wind generator over here. There's a little generator, and as the big wheels here, not wheels, as the big paddles turn over here, it generates electricity that is sent to the transformer, to the pylons, to the substation, and back to our homes. So the wind spins the rotor blades. That's the word I was looking for, grade 6s, the rotor blades, okay? When the rotor blades spin, they turn a machine inside the top of the turbine called a generator. As the generator spins, it makes electricity. And the electricity runs along power cables to our homes and other buildings. Now, who knows where the first wind farm in South Africa was built? Any ideas? Do any of you know? It was in a little town called Darling along the west coast, and it was built in 2008. So the next time you go for a drive up along the west coast, try and stop in at Darling and see this huge wind farm out there on the hills. It's actually quite beautiful. Solar power is another form of renewable energy, and lots of homes nowadays have solar panels on the roof. You might even have them at home now. So when the sun's light shines on the panels, they turn the light into electricity, and the electricity runs along cables, and we can use it to power lights, computers, and TVs in our homes. So here we have solar cells that will change light to electrical energy. And over here, grade 6s, I've gone and shown you what they look like. They are called photovoltaic solar panels, and they have photovoltaic cells that convert sunlight into electricity that is stored in a battery. Okay. So we also have another form of renewable energy, hydroelectric energy. This is a huge reservoir that you can see here in the background, a dam. It has a huge concrete wall that holds the water back. You can see that over there. There are gates in the dam, okay, to let the water through. And when the gates are open, the water rushes through. And the water, in turn, turns machines that make electricity. And yes, we have them in South Africa. We have the Gariep Dam over here, and we also have a hydroelectric power station in the Drakensberg. Okay. Another form of renewable energy is biomass energy. Okay, so when a farmer plants trees, like you can see here in this picture, he can make fuel from these trees. He cuts the young trees to make small little wood chips. We burn the dry wood chips to make steam, which can be used to make electricity. As soon as the trees are cut down, the farmer plants new ones, so the fuel never runs out. And yes, plants will always grow, grade 6s, you know that. They can then be burned to release heat energy in the form of providing us with renewable energy through biomass. Okay. Look at this picture over here. Okay, big blades again. Rotor blades. Yes, I'm going to remember. How does this create energy? Okay, this machine can use the power of the tides to make electricity. So when the tides go in or out, the water pushes the blades round and round, and when the blades turn, they work a generator which makes electricity. Waves will always be made. The tide will always flow in and out. Okay, and it will always drive generators to make electricity. Geothermal energy, let's just move me out the way there. Okay, geothermal energy is electricity from under the earth. A geothermal power plant works by tapping into steam or hot water reservoirs underground, and then the heat is used to drive an electrical generator. Most geothermal plants are located in the western United States, where hot reservoirs are very common. Okay, so there you can see the steam rising from the core, the center of the core's earth, and the steam is used to turn turbines, and those turbines give energy to a generating facility and again back to us, and the cooled water is returned back. Okay, and there you can see a little GIF just showing you in the background how it all works. Okay. I have a little video clip for you just to end off this session on renewable energy, so I hope you enjoy it. Also, maybe just a little birthday present from me to you again, because, you know, your parents don't want you having too much screen time watching too many videos, but this is a good one, I promise.
Around the world, renewable energy use is on the rise, and these alternative energy sources could hold the key to combating climate change. What is renewable energy? Renewable energy is generated from sources that naturally replenish themselves and never run out. The most common sources are solar, wind, hydro, geothermal, and biomass. Over 80% of the total energy consumed by humans is derived from fossil fuels. However, renewables are the fastest growing source of energy in the world. Renewable energy has many benefits. First, it can combat climate change because it creates no direct greenhouse gas emissions. The only emissions that they produce are indirect, meaning those that result from manufacturing parts, installation, operation, and maintenance. But even those are minimal. Second, renewable energy can decrease pollution and therefore reduce threats to our health. Wind, solar, and hydroelectric systems create no air pollution emissions, and geothermal and biomass energy systems emissions are much lower than non-renewable energy sources. Third, renewable energy is a reliable source of power. Because renewable energy sources are, well, renewable, they will never run out. Once built, renewable facilities cost very little to operate, and the fuel is often free. As a result, renewable energy prices tend to be stable over time. While renewable energy has many advantages, it is not without downsides. It is difficult for renewable energy sources to generate power on the same large scale as fossil fuels. Building wind farms and dams can disrupt wildlife and migration patterns and lead to ecological destruction. Both solar and wind energy are intermittent. They only generate power while the sun is shining or while the wind is blowing. Batteries can store excess energy for later use. However, they are often costly. While renewable energy presents some challenges, it also offers an environmentally friendly alternative to the greenhouse gas emissions and pollution of fossil fuels. And as advances in technology make renewable energy more accessible, affordable, and efficient, an end to climate change could be within our reach.
So, great success. I hope you enjoyed that little video clip. Thank you for watching. And a big shout out to all of you that have had to celebrate your birthday one last time in lockdown. Not easy, but you know what? Happy, happy. Have a good day, grade 6s.